Hey there, this is Coach Mike Ryan from the Fastball USA Training Center and our explosive hitting system. You can check out our website at fastballusa.com and also check out all of our explosive hitting products and DVDs. So this is a great look at what a hitter looks like from the front view, and that often gets misunderstood. So here's the approach to contact. And what I'm going to point out is just a few things that what I believe at times gets misunderstood or miscommunicated. And the concept of staying inside the ball, let's start with that. Look at the front arm. So one of the things that he's doing with his front arm is you notice he's getting lead arm. His lead arm is getting extended as he approaches the ball. And if you listen to a lot of people when they're talking hitting, they'll talk about being short to the ball. And that often then creates what I call a short front arm. And what you watch here as he's approaching the ball is you're going to see length in his front arm, which then allows the hitter then to cock his wrist. And when the wrist is cocked, what that does, that sends the bat back on an angle back towards the body, where in the concept of staying inside the ball gets misunderstood. So if I draw a line right through his hands, what you're going to notice is his barrel stays inside his hands. And I think that's where the bigger emphasis needs to be made when people talk about staying inside the ball. The barrel needs to stay inside the hands. Now notice you cannot see the bat from this angle because the barrel is hidden behind. It's almost right off his back, the side of his shoulder there. So it's right in that area. You can't see it. And the reason why you can't see it is because the wrists are cocked. Now, with the front arm being long like that, it makes it kind of natural to cock the wrist. As soon as this front arm starts to flex too much, naturally the wrists start to uncock, and then naturally the barrel starts to cast out. And I know that sounds exactly the opposite of what oftentimes people are taught in terms of baseball. This front arm is not supposed to get barred out. So barred out is it's a term, right? So people just misunderstood that term. And what you're seeing here as he approaches the ball is watch his left arm the entire time as they go back and forth approaching the ball. And you're going to notice a stretched front arm that some people may refer to as barred out. You can see the barrel clearly back here. And you can see how long he is on his arm, and the barrel's back there because his wrists are cocked. So an opportunity to hit the ball harder comes with this setup. Number one, the wrist being cocked means that when he releases this bat head, there's going to be more juice behind the swing, right? So there's going to be a snap that happens before contact where the wrists start to get unleashed. The second thing is the lead arm getting extended going into contact is a good thing because we want the arm to get lead arm extension because we want this to feel like when he hits the ball, we want to become literally like a human brick wall. And if we're solid on our front arm at the point of contact, we're more likely to hit the ball with greater authority. Now, of course, his back elbow's in. He's got flexion in his back elbow, but the front arm is extended. The front leg is locked out at that point in time. So if we play that back and forth, we'll just kind of clear the screen there. This is what it looks like when you're watching a hitter from the front view. Is his approach to the ball is not like what a lot of people would teach. Now, here's what you need to know. For those who are spending a lot of time on a batting tee, a lot of times when people put balls on the batting tee, they put it, say middle of the plate or, kind of center. And what they'll do is they'll start flexing this front arm almost as a way to solve a problem. They'll start to practice flexing this front arm in order to hit the ball back up the middle. And that actually starts to corrupt the natural swing, or what I would like to call the A swing. Now, don't be wrong, you're going to have times where that front arm does flex, but oftentimes, and we'll go into that in another video, that's going to be on a pitch, for example, that might be on the inner corner, and the hitter is adjusting a little on the late side to it, so he has to adjust and cheat his swing in order to get to contact. But this is what you're going to typically see going into contact. As he rotates, you're going to see lead arm extension, wrist cocked, and then the wrist will snap through the baseball. So the wrist is actually, the snapping actually happens before contact, but the feeling is you want to get that snap happening before that contact is actually made. And what sets that up is the approach to the baseball. So if you want a little more exit velocity, and you can tell if you listen to somebody hitting, just how the ball sounds off the bat, it's going to make a tremendous different sound. When a hitter is approaching the ball like this, when he makes contact, as opposed to when this front arm starts to get hyper flexed, too much flexion, and the wrists start to uncock. Meaning, when the wrists are cocked, going towards the ball and then unleash into the ball or just before the ball, that's where you're going to get higher exit velocities. You're going to get the ball being hit harder in general, and a lot of times with better flight. So the lead arm extension and the front arm braces up right at the moment of contact, right there. And now you've got a lot going really well at the same time. So I'm going to be posting videos, and a lot of them are going to be showing, stuff like this for you to see. But when it goes back to the next time you hear somebody say inside the ball, the really big thing is the barrel staying inside the hands. And when the barrel stays inside the hands, you're going to get a look that looks like this. You're going to get lead arm extension and the wrist being cocked, and then the back could snap into the baseball. Now you're getting that snap action from the wrist, and now you're maximizing the rubber bands and the whip that should be happening into the swing. If you have any questions on this, feel free to shoot me an email, fastballusa@hotmail.com. You can also check out our website at fastballusa.com and check out our explosive hitting products and our explosive hitting boot camps held multiple times per year.